Good afternoon. Well, it's now almost 6 o'clock on a Friday, so I guess to a lot of the guys it's beer o'clock time. I'm going to show something which is quite important. If you're using our inverter in islanding mode, so you're going to use a UPS, one of the most important things is unless you've got a single socket output and it's going to supply a load, then you must change the classification of the inverter from a class 2 unit to a class 1 unit. It's very important. That means, as is, all you can put in is a socket with one socket, and that's all you can put in. Anything you plug into the single socket must be a class 2 product, double insulated. If you're going to have something that has an earth, then that's a class 1 product. To use it as a class 1 output, then you have to reference the neutral to earth. So you have to create an earth neutral bond. It's really simple now. We're just using here, this is a contact, I've just connected it in. And if you see the contactor coil, there's two connections on the board. One's marked neutral, one's marked live. It's really simple. And these then connect to the coil of the contactor. And I use two of the wires. This is actually a 3-phase contactor. One of them's a switch, and I've got 3 phases. All I need to use is a single phase. I could use one of the other connections to put an LED indicator to show it's bonded if I want to. And I've got my neutral connection here. My earth connection and my neutral connection. And I'm just going to I will connect them into the terminal block. And in fact, this is going on the load. And so I can literally parallel that across. So I can connect the neutral. I won't do it because it's live at the moment. So I'll just show you how the thing operates. But I can put the neutral into the neutral, earth into the earth, and that will create an earth neutral bond. Now, a couple of things to bear in mind. The software we're using at the moment is the latest version. You have to make sure you've got the correct version of the software. And in fact, if I can show you here, we're using E420 MCU 2374. This is for the earth bond. We've actually got a very slight delay because some of the RCDs are so fast, they can work faster than the contactor, and it gives us slight problems. So some of them are really fast. So basically, we're now running on the AC, running off the AC, normal lights on. If I switch off the AC, and in fact, I'm about to switch off the AC, and I won't connect these wires, but you'll see the contacts. You could bring the camera a bit closer. And I'm going to turn off the AC, go into powering it. And as soon as I switch off, within a second, contact will drop off. You see. So the other thing you need to be aware of is don't forget to go into battery charge, and select this here, signal island mode. No need to tick anything else. And this will then, when the unit is in islanding mode, it will send the signal to operate the contactor. Don't forget to press OK, escape, and now it's functioning perfectly. So now I've got a normal light. When I go into islanding mode, so if I switch off the AC here, you see the relay immediately operates, the contactor comes in. When I put the AC back on again, so now it is still in islanding mode because the AC is not operating through here, and I can actually show you it's actually operating in islanding mode. It takes a while before, so the inverter, even though there's AC present, the inverter can take up to 2 minutes before it actually moves out of islanding mode into normal mode. So it's very important to maintain the earth bond. And if we just watch this, and we'll speed up the camera a little bit. So it's still in islanding mode. Okay, so there's a slight delay. Now showing it here, of course, this is not secure. So we would need to secure this somehow. Possibly you might be better to use an external cabinet, an external box, because there's not much space in here. You can't leave it floating, it needs to be secure. And obviously we need to look at clearances between, I put it on top of the switch, the DC switch, which is, and I get lots of comments, which is not good. And you're absolutely correct, it's not the best way. The best way would have a small box at the side of the inverter of which to mount the contactor, and that's the safest way. And don't forget, your signaling wires need to be double insulated. Everything needs to be double insulated or running Copex oil for the signaling. And I just used 2 connections across, and you can see there it's really, really simple. So nothing too complicated. But for the purpose of this video is really just to show you the function of it and the wiring. So I hope it's very clear. It's really simple to